So aren't you tired of this happening to you? These glasses make these headphones sound terrible. Well, all of mankind's thoughts and prayers have been answered because these are the new audiophile grade glasses from Lachlan Prestige King. That's my new name. I'm gonna go with that now. And these will make your music sound better, the background's blacker, just the highs and the lows and the mids and the mid-lows and the low highs and everything will be improved if you send a payment of $999 to this PayPal address. Just amazing! Ha ha ha, what a trifle. Obviously, I am not starting an audiophile glasses company, but I do have to say that, you know, if people spend thousands of dollars on headphones and thousands of dollars on cables trying to improve their headphones, I don't see why people wouldn't or shouldn't spend some time and money choosing the right glasses, and particularly the right glasses frames for their headphones, because it does make a difference, and I will go into that later on in this video. But I wanted to talk about this topic because on a recent fishing trip, I lost my glasses in the ocean, so I had to choose new ones, and I also have gained a new experience where I know the literal sensation of throwing hundreds of dollars into the ocean. But I was thinking about the kind of criteria I was using to choose a new pair of frames. And it does make a difference because generally if you get glasses that aren't good with your headphones, then you will generally tend to break the seal from the ear pads, and that generally leads to a loss in bass response. And you don't have to take my word for it. Tal Hertzens, the former editor of Inner Fidelity, he wrote an article in 2015 with measurements demonstrating the effect of glasses on headphones. And long story short, it does make a big difference. So before you say anything, of course, contacts would be a wonderful alternative to glasses. But for me, contacts basically means me standing in front of a mirror for 15 minutes and then just getting increasingly angry at myself. Stupid. So I just can't get contacts to work for me, and I've tried 4 times in my life. So I've resigned myself to wearing glasses. And if you wear glasses and you love headphones, then here are my recommendations for choosing the right pair of frames for your headphones. So number 1, choose thinner frames when you're choosing glasses, because thicker frames are more likely to break the seal of the ear pad. So these frames that I have here are much thicker than these frames here. And the thinner they are, the less likely they are to break the seal of the ear pad, and the less likely you are to have a reduction in bass response. This is also a big comfort thing, especially if you wear on-ear headphones, because when you wear on-ear headphones, the on-ear headphones are likely to press the soft part of your ear onto the glasses frames, and that will hurt after a few hours, especially if you have thicker frames. Number 2, start with frames that are the right width for your head, and then make sure that they stick closely to the sides of your skull. And don't be afraid to get picky about this, because most frames can be adjusted, and you can ask your optometrist or your optical dispenser to just keep changing them until they're perfect. And you do want to be picky about this, because if they're too tight against the side of the head, then they will give you a headache. And if they're too loose, then they will be more likely to break the seal. So in both of these cases, with both of my glasses, I've spent a long time getting them adjusted perfectly so that they are as flat as possible against the side of my head. And this is even more critical when you're wearing larger headphones, because when you wear larger headphones, they come further out the sides of your face, where your glasses frames start to naturally pull away from your face. So you want that distance to be as minimal as possible. And if you're thinking of getting frames that can't be adjusted and you want to wear headphones, don't get those frames. It's not a good idea. So both of those tips, getting thinner frames and making sure that the frames stick closely to the sides of your head, those are really important, especially if you have headphones with thinner pads or headphones that are particularly sensitive to any kind of air gap or loss of seal. So in particular, things like Stax headphones are quite sensitive to this. Even hair can introduce an air gap with Stax ear speakers and cause them to lose bass response. So you really want to make sure that you choose the right frames for those headphones. Also, noise cancelling headphones are sort of picky about glasses because you want to make sure that the internal microphones are acoustically isolated from the external environment. Otherwise, the noise cancelling won't work properly, and any kind of air gap may prevent that noise cancelling from working as effectively as it should. So the last thing I'm going to recommend is more of a comfort or a usability thing rather than a sound thing. But I do recommend that you get glasses that are slightly heavier and slightly more rigid. And the reason why I suggest that is because I've noticed that lightweight glasses frames or flexible glasses frames, they tend to come off the head very easily when you take your headphones off. So you'll get your glasses moving around your face or just falling off when you take the headphones off. And to me, that's quite frustrating. Also, they tend to bend and flex and kind of creak in ways that I find off-putting. Maybe that's just me, but I tend to get kind of picky about that. And I've particularly noticed that those kind of glasses with the thin, wiry titanium frames that flex all over the place, those are very, very bad for headphones because as soon as you take your headphones off, generally your glasses will come off along with them and you don't want to scratch your lenses. So I'm finding that in particular, these kinds of frames where they have the bar between the glasses along with that kind of nose bridge, apart from having this kind of old school hipster look, they tend to be especially rigid because the whole glasses frame tends to move around as one piece. And I really prefer the feel of that when I'm wearing headphones. So if you're okay with that style of glasses, look for glasses with this kind of bar. They're pretty good. Now, in case you're wondering, the frames that I'm wearing now are from a eyewear company named Edwardson, and I'm super happy with these because they pretty much meet all of my criteria. They are very thin. They can be shaped to conform very tightly to the sides of my face, given the width of my head. And I also think that they look cool. So, you know, it ticks all the boxes for me, but they did cost a fair amount. And I don't think you necessarily have to spend a lot of money to get frames that work well with your headphones. I think you just have to be really picky. So if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments and let me know because I'm kind of intrigued about what are the list of good glasses frames for headphones. Anyway, if you wear glasses and you love headphones, then maybe the next upgrade to your listening rig shouldn't be amplifier or a fancy new cable or audiophile pixie mucus or something like that. It might be a new pair of frames, and depending on your current glasses, maybe a new pair of frames will make a huge difference to the headphones that you already love. Now hopefully this video doesn't start off a trend of audiophile grade glasses that are being sold for thousands of dollars, but honestly, stranger things have happened. But let me know what you think, and as always, happy listening.